We're out at the St John's sawmill and talking with Minister Gorn, and it's to pick up on what we were talking about the other week, about all the problems you got with the wood and infections, fungal infections you're having at the moment.
Yeah, Phytophthora ramorum, which was on the tip of your tongue, I'm sure, is a terrible disease, really. It's affecting all the large trees on the island. We had it, we were first aware of it about 2 years ago, and we did an awful lot of felling to try and get it controlled. But unfortunately, it's all the work that we've done so far hasn't managed to keep it under check. And now every brown pine tree or fir tree that you see in our plantations is likely to be a larch tree, and it's brown because they're deciduous, but they're not going to get green again next year. They've all got this disease, and it's going to be quite a challenge to us to get rid of that disease.
Now, you know where these trees are in your plantation, so that's not the problem. It's the reason really you're appealing to the public is to try and stop transferring this disease from one place to another. Is that right?
Yes, certainly we would urge the public to take care when they're out. Clean your shoes reasonably well after you've been walking through any of the plantations, and likewise mountain bikers, people like that. Keep things clean. Try not to transfer any of the disease around, because the biggest tragedy, I mean, it's bad enough that we're going to lose the trees, around about 20% of the plantations, which is quite a lot. But we're also going to potentially risk this transferring into other plants, particularly some of the upland plants like blaeberries and possibly even heather. So that would be quite a serious leap, because it could devastate the whole of the uplands if that happened. So it's really important that we do get this under control. It's going to cost a lot of money. I think it's in the region of £2 million that we're going to have to spend, and that's just going to fell the trees. We haven't as yet got a budget identified to replant afterwards and to tidy the places up, so it is going to look pretty horrible for a year or two while we get it all sorted.
Well, we're seeing some pictures on your Facebook page of what the problem is, and people get more information there, can't they, as well?
Yes. The DEFA Facebook page with I think it's called Hills and Plantations, but if you look under DEFA on Facebook, you'll find a few pages that should get you to the right place. And
overall, I mean, you will be able to eventually replant. It's not immediately, but eventually it will come back and life will go on with it.
Well, certainly that's the hope. I mean, we do need money if we're going to replant areas. So what I suppose we're doing really is in felling the number of trees that we're felling. I'm not sure entirely how many years worth of supply it is, but it's several years of supply to the sawmill. I mean, we've seen shots around the sawmill. Actually, the yard is looking quite empty at the moment, and one of the other things, other messages I want to get out really is to our customers. You know, we're doing our best to make sure that we can maintain supply of firewood. Fortunately, so far it's been a reasonably mild winter, but we are doing our best to keep the supplies going. But it is difficult because we can't just take the trees, the larch trees that are being felled at the moment, and use them for the purposes of the sawmill, because the bark has to be removed before we can actually transfer them around. So that in itself is quite a problem. It would cost us £200,000 to get a debarker, which is a lot of money. So we're looking at other means, possibly just a natural leave the tree for a year, and the bark will naturally shed from the tree. So that may well be the way that we go forward.